One. Oh, that was perfect timing. So,
Man, we
Hello,
are
hello.
live.
so I'm going to social undistancing show. You know, I
Hello,
realized
everybody.
we don't say social undistancing enough during the show, and so I'm like, huh,
I
Oh,
think it's
okay.
just too tongue twister for me.
but I
I'm
think
like,
it,
is it
I think
social
it,
distancing or undistancing? My brain tries to
yeah.
mess with me.
wait, now
I
you
try to
messed me up too. I was like, what did she say?
See, that's what happens to me.
I'm okay normally, but I was like, wait a minute. I had to really think about it now.
We need to change from TikTok episode to
No,
episode.
I did that on purpose.
Oh.
Don't tell me what to fix.
He's been watching TikTok.
Yeah,
That's why.
Oh, I
That's
see.
why he did that.
I did it to connect with our viewers so they would, you know, be like, oh, they know what they're talking about. I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. All right. So I see what
Every
you're
time I
doing.
put
see what you did
TikTok on my in my feed, because I'm such a wordsmith addict, whatever, it always changes it to 2 instead of talk. And I'm like, yes, I feel you. I feel you, Grammarly. I want it to be 2
Yeah.
also.
Tick
Not-
2.
it's because it's underlined red, and so I know it's it's saying it's misspelled. So I'm like, yes.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the show, everyone. Today is Whatever Wednesday. And for our Whatever today, we're going to be, we have a special guest that is going to explain to us the intricacies of TikTok and be able to give you guys just a rundown of how she does it and it's amazing though how many views that she has already. And
yeah, it's crazy. Some of her videos are nuts.
Right.
They're pretty great. They're pretty great.
Yeah.
I want to talk about some of them when she comes on because I was like, that was freaking hilarious. Loved it.
Right. Yeah, because I was like, I would have to copy somebody like crazy. See, people think that I'm creative. I'm only creative to a point, and then I have to actually go off somebody's idea and then I make it my own. But to ever like come up with an idea by myself and be like, oh yeah, this is what I need to do, and I'm going to have this here and do that, and then the light here. No, I never get that far. So it's just amazing to see somebody else that can do that.
Yeah,
you're good at poking holes in other people's ideas. So as long as other people come with ideas, you can either make them look bad or make them look better.
Yeah, I am a great sidecar driver, a backseat driver. I can tell you exactly what is wrong and how to fix it, but I can never exactly tell you where we're going.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'll be the first person to tell you.
Well, I'm really excited for our guest. It's already 3 minutes in the show and we haven't had her in here. So
oh yeah, let's do it. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to actually what we should do is we should do one of her TikToks. We should start with one of her TikToks.
Okay.
And so I'll actually share my screen here.
Go for it.
Don't show these tips again. Quit telling me what to do. Okay, there we go. And I think we'll do this one.
Oh my gosh, that's the
That's one Jamie picked, I think.
I
right?
love that one. I love it. It's hard to hear, but we can totally see it. You guys who are here, you have to go watch the Sandy, maybe you can put it in the description in the link for them, and that way people can go click on it while they're multitasking with us.
Right.
It's so great. Hey Conan, welcome to the show tonight.
And we're spraying. And we're praying.
Oh,
double time.
Well, her tag is not going to work because it brings up her Facebook, not her.
There we go. Stay inside. Stay inside, people.
Stay inside.
And here she is, my friend, Miss Jillian Lyle. Welcome to the show, Jillian.
Hey, Jillian.
Welcome, Jillian.
A clap back.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So while you were in the green room, we got to see one of your, or Joe shared one of your videos.
Which one?
It was the I don't know what the official title is,
The
but
workout girl. What was her name?
Yeah, Pamela Pupkin.
Yes,
Pamela.
Pamela.
I'm familiar.
I got to tell you,
We know each other
I
well.
love that one. Absolutely love it. Okay, and just because I'm a huge like germ addict, so I hate having dirty hands. I wash my hands religiously. I was going through your feed tonight, and I saw that video. I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. This needs to be the theme song of my house. I need this playing everywhere every time someone's
Yes.
like, should I wash my hands or not? I'm like, yes.
I know. My best friend had tagged me in that one, and I'd seen it previously, but I didn't quite like get the message. But she tagged me in it. She's like, "You have to do this one." I was like, "Okay, yeah."
Right.
Like we have to.
So you go extra, you go above and beyond just to make sure
Extra
that yours
happens to be my
pops
middle
out.
name.
Right.
So.
She's extra like guac,
You
man.
As I wear a basic shirt.
Right.
You got to save the good stuff for the streams, right? For the TikTok.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
So what is whenever you're like someone sent you this idea, so you're like, what do you like write it down and say this is how I'm going to do it, or do you like have a whole board, or do you just kind of wing it like we kind of do?
So, I mean, like I said, I mean, a lot of it, like if I come across a video as I'm scrolling through, which is basically how I even got started in TikTok, was, I just like scroll through and then I like find something that is funny or that interests me or, whatever, catchy. And then it's just like, I don't know, a movie in my brain that happens. And I'm like, okay, I have to wear this outfit and I have to do my hair like this and I have to do my makeup like this and I have to be in this location and I have to like have this kind of lighting and we have to stop it here and here and here. And I'll like write down if there's a script, I'll like type it all out. And my husband like films it all. So I'll like tell him, okay, you need to cut here and then film here and then cut here. And he's like such a great trooper though. He's so about it. He's like a director at this point.
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
He's like, no,
Wow.
redo that.
So he's like, no.
What's interesting about that, I was thinking about how one of your videos that you did with the Tiger King or whatever the Joe Exotic one was.
Yeah.
And I hate the whole social thing of this going on about it, whatever.
Yes.
But I thought I looked at yours and I thought you were so animated and there was different characters in there. And I was like, wow, she is really something else. She is really going above and beyond because you had different characters and it looks like the costumes were there and the makeup. And I was like, she has long hair. She's having to put that all somewhere. And I thought it was excellent.
I know. I was kind of like worried about that because I guess I had like a video on my TikTok at very beginning. I got a TikTok in February and I just like had a video in my camera roll that I was just like, I'll just put this on there so that it knows I'm not like a bot or whatever. And then the next one was the Karen video. And that's the one where I'm wearing the tank top or the turtleneck and I'm like, my hair's tucked in. So I had a Karen haircut or whatever. And I was like, everybody's going to think that I have no hair. So I had to keep going just to show.
Yeah, because her second TikTok got 198,000 views.
Wow.
That's it, Jillian?
I had 4 followers. And
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. I had absolutely no expectations. I was just like, I saw it. I saw the original guy that did it. And I was like, that's so catchy. It's so fun. Like, I relate. Like, I know many Karens. Nothing against the name Karen, but like, the stigma or whatever. But
yeah.
I know many of them. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Bye, Karen. And I texted my husband because he wasn't home. And I was like, hey, do you want to do a TikTok whenever you come home? And he was like, what does that mean? And I was like,
mildly
really?
So is your husband one of the guys, like, is he in the loop when it comes to, hip trends and social media that,
Yeah. I mean, he knew what TikTok was, but like, he didn't know like what I meant, like, do a TikTok.
Yeah.
And so he came home, or he texted me back and was like, what does that mean? And I was like, well, just so you know, my name's Karen now. And he was like, what? And I sent him a picture, and I was already like all geared up. I was like, my hair was tucked in, had the lipstick on, my outfit. I was like, I'm ready.
You're like,
He
I'm
was
just
like,
waiting for you to get home. Hurry up.
Okay. This is
You're like, I need a cameraman. I need a cameraman.
Yes. Yeah. So I didn't have the slightest clue of what I was doing. I mean, like I said, I had 4 followers, and I didn't even expect for them, all 4 of them, to see it. And so I was like, whatever, like, it's gonna be funny. Like, I'll share it on Facebook. Everybody will be like, haha, that's funny. But then I woke up and I had, I don't even know, like 2,800 something the next morning.
Followers?
So I was like, well,
No,
yeah.
likes.
Oh, likes. Still, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, my followers have gone up too. I don't remember the increase there, but it was a lot more than 4. And I was like, how does this work? How's these people seeing this? Because I thought I only had 4 followers, and it's not like Instagram at all. So, I'm learning.
Do you know how many followers you have now?
She's at
like
14,000
10
followers now.
Oh, is it 14 now? Okay.
Yeah, 14,000.
I never know anymore. I'm just like, wow, cool. My husband tells me all the time, do you see you hit 11K? Do you see you hit 12K? I'm like, oh, really? Wow. Cool. That's awesome.
So one thing that you may not know about Jillian is that she's also a photographer. So she understands that lighting is important. And because whenever you look through all of her TikToks and stuff like that, they're really well lit. And she has the what's it called? The composition done really well. The camera position and stuff like that. She's very thorough when it comes out. So she does have a little bit of background to kind of help with that.
Oh man, I noticed. I'm like, oh, this girl's a professional. Like my 3 basic videos, I'm like, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove those after looking at everything else.
And she's an awesome makeup artist too. So
yes, I've noticed.
Yeah.
The one with the blue makeup,
thank you.
Jillian, that's impressive. We need to do a photo shoot with that eye color. So
Yeah.
that looks really cool.
I'm down for that.
Awesome.
The blue. Okay, yeah. No, I know which one.
It almost looks like a mermaid type look.
Yeah. I did that
So-
one that was actually the same night that I did the hello. With the white thing.
The white thing.
Go ahead, Sandy.
The
I think you had
white-
a
the white.
question.
So here's the thing: we got to watching your videos tonight, my kids and I, and we were, when you get on TikTok, you start rewatching videos over and over because, and
Right.
my girls, I have a 10 and a 12-year-old now, and so they're like, wait, is she's a TikTok, and so I didn't tell them you were going to be on the show first, and so they're looking and they're like, wow, she's really pretty. Wow, she's really funny. Wow, is that her voice? So they're all sharing these comments. They're like, if you had someone like that on your show, Dad, I think y'all would be awesome. And I was like,
Oh, that's so sweet.
yeah. And so they just kept rewatching your video, and I did too. So we got to the cleaning one, and honestly, I just let that replay like 5 or 6 times because I was like, oh, she's talking about washing hands. Yes. Cleaning the counters. Yes.
That's funny.
So you
love
got
the
plenty of
one-
compliments from my kids tonight. So
Oh, well, thank you. That's so sweet.
I love the one every mom in quarantine. Whenever you're like,
Yes.
kids like
yes.
keep bringing the toys to the coffee table and you keep taking them off, and they come the other direction.
Yes,
It's like-
I know. I heard that the little song that's with it, and I mean, I've seen it done like hundreds of ways, but like the only thing that I could see in my head was like, I need these kids to do exactly what they do all day, every day. And I'm going to do exactly what I do all day, every day, and be like not creative at all, but also like different. Because this is like everyday life right now,
Right.
especially in quarantine. I mean, it's just like constant.
So
Right.
you only started this past February, like 2 months ago?
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
technically I created my account, which I then figured out I had already had an account, but it was TikTok is previously Musically. So I had a Musically account. So I had to figure out how to like get into there. And then once I figured that out in February, then I was like, okay, I'm just going to start over. And then I erased everything, put my one video up, and then I just was a lurker for like a month. I would just like watch videos, and
You're
then
absorbing.
I was
And then you're like,
absorbing.
I could do that.
Yeah,
But
I saw
better.
the Karen one, and I was like, I have to be Karen tonight. Today, I am Karen, and we're gonna talk about it.
So
So,
you don't
yeah,
really
yeah.
have an idea of what you're going to do next. You just kind of like you're lurking, basically scrolling through. You're like, or do you have you done it long enough now that you're like, I need more?
Yes and no. So I mean, I lurk a little bit and just kind of like find you know, songs or scripts or monologues or things that I find interesting. And then I'll save the sound so that they're in my little like queue. And then I also have a little list that I'm like, okay, I have to do these ones, but like these are going to be difficult or long ones, or I have to do a certain kind of makeup for this. So I can't just do like, because whenever me and Austin do TikTok nights, we
Is that like date nights except doing TikTok?
pretty much it's quarantine date night. That's exactly what it is.
Okay. Nice.
But
Relationship
we
goals.
film, yeah, we film about 5 or 6 TikToks in a night. So the girls go to bed, and then we TikTok, and we do 5 or 6, and then that way I have them in my drafts to post like.
Wow.
Wow.
So you have some in your phone right now that haven't been posted, right?
Yes.
Oh.
See, and I think I will never be a successful TikToker just because I'm never prepared for anything in my life.
It's a lot
Really,
of work.
Sandy?
Like I did not
Shocking.
know what I was getting into at all. One of the first ones I did, which TikTok took it down, but it was like, yeah, they kind of. This is like my 6th one that they've taken down.
Oh,
But,
really, you rebel?
Yeah. Well, I mean, all I had to do for 5 of them was dispute it, and then they reposted it back. But then it was kind of irrelevant because then it had already been like 2 weeks, and so I'm like, okay, thanks, but it didn't really help me that much.
Right.
But,
Thanks
like,
for ruining
putting
my
it
life.
back. I did work really hard on it, but now no one's gonna care because I've already had like 5 or 6 more. So, I mean, I don't understand the algorithm of it at all because I'll see people's on my For You page or whatever that have been filmed like 3 months ago, and I'm like, but they have like 97 more previous ones, but I'm seeing this one. Why? I don't understand.
Oh, right.
So I guess it's okay, but.
So
Yeah.
do you attribute your followers based on your hashtags, or how do you get yourself more views? That's what I want to know. I mean, just with my little basic chant that I have.
Yeah, I mean, like Instagram I'm familiar with, and I know that hashtags have a big deal to do with like, you know, your audience and like who you're attracting to your page through hashtags. Like, for instance, I'll use, like, if I know I'm going to go to Dallas at some point, I'll use hashtag Dallas model. Then Dallas photographers will, you know, search through there. I've had a lot of jobs booked through that way. So I'm like, okay, well, if this is anything like normal social media, I'm just going to use like hashtags. And apparently hashtags are kind of frowned upon on TikTok. But I've also noticed, like, I'll have some, like my Karen one. I think I maybe hashtagged like Karen challenge or something on that one because I didn't know like what the hit hashtags were for that. And so like, I mean, and it was a hit, and then I put like 100 hashtags, and then not 100 because it won't let you, but a lot of hashtags, and then that one like didn't do that good, and then, you know, it's so weird. I mean, I know hashtag FYP is a thing because that's the For You page.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Supposed to like attract people there. And then like using relevant ones, or like there's like a little icon that has a fire symbol, and those are like the trending hashtags, I think. But I mean, me personally, I don't like to use those unless they're relevant. So just because I feel like
and I don't know anything, so I don't even caption it. because I'm like, I don't know what to caption. So I just hashtag everything. That's probably what my problem is.
No, I think the caption does matter for sure, because that's kind of like, you know, me personally, and I know like a lot of people that are on the app too, they'll, you know, swipe up, see the start of the video, and they're like, okay, well, what's this about? So they'll go to the caption and see like just to see if they want to watch it or not, pretty much.
Right. Because you have like
Before,
2
like,
seconds to capture somebody's
invested.
attention.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like,
okay.
caption
I'm
sucks,
learning.
Please help Sandy. She's really wanting to be a budding TikTok star. Okay.
Hey, girl, we can TikTok together. We'll do
Okay.
it together.
They tried the
Okay,
koala
but
challenge.
I'm like a
Have
bump
you
on
tried
a
the koala
log.
challenge?
Sandy.
We did the koala challenge. It was ridiculous.
I thought it was
Okay, which
good.
one is that?
Okay,
Someone-
well, you have to be fit. Okay, first of all, that's the first qualification. And then I did see some older people and bigger people, but you like climb basically all over your person and you can't fall off of them. So you start in the front and then you crawl all the way to spider crawl over their back and stuff.
Yeah.
And you have to crawl through
I've
their
seen that
legs
one.
and then back around and then back to the front and then back to the back.
And then I was like, Eric, we can totally do this. And he's like, okay. No, we could not do it. And then my kid is filming us. He does not want to be filming us, so he's zooming in on my dog.
He is.
I'm like, really?
He sure did. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, that's too funny.
Was the dog the star here?
Yeah. The dog was
But
the star.
the dog was not impressed either.
He wasn't. He
Fine.
looked. He's like,
No, he looked up and was like, what are y'all doing?
yeah.
My husband told me, have you seen the one where like the guy's laying on the ground and the girl's like standing on his back, and then they like
Yes.
jump, and then he's like, we should do this one. I was like, no. There is no way. I'm not breaking my neck. I will break my neck. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I know. So I see all of these, and I tell Eric, "Hey, we should do this one." I sent him one. I can't remember what I sent him earlier, and I was like, "We need to do this one," but then we just decided against it because
Kept scrolling.
For safety reasons.
for safety reasons.
I'm like, I mean, I was a cheerleader in high school and all, but like also I know that I was not the best because I don't have any kind of balance at all. So, you know, I just fall. Joe, right? You've seen me fall 100 million times. So
So your
I
name
fall
breaks?
a lot, and I don't want to be like elevated whenever I do fall, because I will.
So I remember there used to be a sort of app that was like TikTok in the past. It was called what was it? Vine, right? That was
Vine,
Twitter's
Yeah.
video thing, right? It was Vine.
Yeah.
Were you on Vine by any chance also?
Oh, yeah.
You were?
I was. Gosh, I forgot about Vine. I wonder
Yeah.
if that thing's still out there.
I know. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up actually while we're talking. Did you
Oh,
think about it?
geez.
Yeah, I just so
No,
you'll-
they shut it down.
well, I
Vine
know
has
they
been
shut it down,
yeah.
but they were still hosting some videos up on there still.
They were only
So
like
what was
6-second videos. Those
Oh.
are hard. I think, if
That's
I remember right.
I did.
Yeah.
I remember doing a few of them too. I started watching this family on there, and now they moved to YouTube, and I still like watching them. They're the EB family, and they just cracked me up on there. And I remember actually chatting with him and his wife a few times, and because I was trying to get my wife to do it, she wouldn't do it, but I got the kids to do it, and yeah, it was hard. It was only 15 seconds, and you'd have to keep cutting it down
Yeah.
and cutting and cutting and cutting, and then, but man, I would sit there at nights with my wife, and I'd just be for an hour scrolling through Vine, and be
Yeah.
like, oh, these
I
are
mean, yeah, I remember my oldest was like little bitty whenever that was a thing, and I remember doing some like with her, or I would watch them while she was going to sleep. Like, yeah, gosh, I forgot about Vine.
Because you have
OG
one where
TikTok.
now where you're singing with your is it? I think you're holding your little girl. So was that an older?
That was last year. That was, yeah, because she was 2. She's 3 now.
Man, you're so talented. I mean, you can sing.
Thank
You're
you.
gorgeous. I mean, and you can TikTok. I mean,
And she's
I
an
try to-
excellent model too. She's an excellent
and you're a model and you're a photographer.
oh my gosh. You just blew like the trifecta out. I don't know. I
Right?
think you just set a new level up there, a new bar. You know, it used to be like I remember the first woman who I think about that, and it was Maya. Was it Maya?
Mhm.
And she was a dancer, she was a singer, and she was something else.
She
I
did
don't
some
remember.
acting and she does tap dance and all that stuff. Yeah.
She does. And so, but you just like you just keep adding on.
Keeps raising that bar.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm
But that's
trying. I
good.
love
That's
it.
good. So you
I
said
love
you
the
have two daughters,
industry.
right?
Yes.
So yeah, you're definitely
Yes.
setting the bar high for your girls, letting them know they can do
Well,
multiple things.
If they had any interest in what I do, which I don't think that they do, Journey, my oldest, she wants to be an artist when she grows up, but she wants to be a painter. So I'm like, I cannot help you there, but I will cheer for you and I will root for you and be your number one fan.
That's how
Yes.
one of my kids is. I'm like, you know what? I have a friend, Joe, and he's good at art. I can't. I don't have that skill, baby. I'm sorry. So
Yeah, I'm like, cannot draw to save my life. I can paint
Yeah.
walls, but I cannot paint a picture.
that's about it.
I don't even have
Cannot.
the patience to paint a wall. My gosh.
You're like, isn't that what painters are for?
Yeah. I've got
Don't they come
problems.
pre-painted?
Right.
Can we just get a pre-painted wall? Why do we have to?
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
It's like, so this is what I don't mind the painting part. I just hate the part where I have to tape it off, put all the plastic down, clean all the
Yes.
brushes. You know, if I could just paint and just leave it, I'd be all right. Yeah, I'm good. But no, that's
That's
not how
when
it
my
works.
husband and I are like a good duo whenever it comes to home renovations because he's the taper and I'm the painter and we're both the washers. So it's like perfect.
Wow. I'm just a supervisor and then get upset if it's not done right.
So,
I'm a
Jillian, what
critic.
is your goal with TikTok? Are you planning? So, we're going to talk about this, but we can't show the video. She does have a video that has 1 million views.
What?
Yes, but it's
The
a not
easiest
safe for
one I've
work.
ever done in my life.
Right.
It was the easiest one you've ever done?
Yes. Literally
There's a
zero
challenge.
effort. Like, okay. That was easy.
It's a challenge. Yeah, it's the challenge where the girlfriend or significant other will walk in on their
Oh,
partner who's either playing a video game or on the computer and stuff like that, and basically distract them from what they're doing and
Oh,
Take-
I did catch that one. So my daughters were with me. I was like, oh,
keep going.
not for your eyes, not for your
Yeah.
eyes.
I mean,
But it's like-
it's a cute little like hubby wifey thing, but like
Yeah, totally is.
I tried
totally is.
so hard on the other ones. Like
right. She's like,
go
I
at
put a
least
lot
go
of
follow
time
me and
in
like
these
go
other
like
ones.
those too.
Right. I think all of those are. We just watched one where it was pretty funny. He was so in his game, and he was like, "Are you gonna work on dinner?" And I was like, "Oh gosh, that was not
I've
the
seen some
reaction
funny
she
ones.
wanted."
Yeah, like surprised she still posted it. Like I was just pissed. Like
She's like, "He's gonna be in the doghouse or something."
Yeah,
But what's crazy though, she was like, "Well, we've already been together 3 years," and I thought, "Ooh, gosh, he was so uninterested after 3 years."
wow.
Yeah,
This was a TikTok that you had watched, Sandy?
I just watched it earlier. I was showing it to
Okay.
Eric. I'm like, "Look at this." It's basically like, if I ever do this, you better not react like that. That's the only reason I showed it to him.
Yeah.
Use
Just
it as a
so you know,
lesson.
if this
I'm never
hap-
gonna
if
do
this
it, but if
happens,
I do,
Yes.
you must be
So,
smitten.
Jillian, do you work with others? I haven't seen all your TikToks yet. So, have you worked with other people besides your husband in any of your videos and the kids?
Yes. So my best friend Jessica, she's taking a particular interest in my TikToks after the Karen video. She called me the next morning and she was like, "Oh my God, you're gonna be TikTok famous. Like we have to do this and this and this and this, and I want you to come over and we have to do one at the pool." And so that was where the
Oh, she became your
the
producer.
bridesmaids. Right. I told her, I was like, "Okay, are you gonna be my manager?" Like,
There you go.
I know exactly how that feels.
He does.
Yeah, so I mean she's helped me a lot. She tags me in a lot of the videos as she sees them. She's like, "You need to do this one and you can do this like this and like this." And then my other best friend Jessica, I just decided if your name is Jessica, like we are friends
Right.
because I have a lot of friends named Jessica. But my other
You're
best
adopted.
friend named Jessica, she already had TikTok and she has 2 daughters as well. And so her oldest is like super into TikTok, and so she's like, Auntie Jillian, I'm going to show you how to do this TikTok dance. And so we learned how, and I kept messing it up, and she was getting so frustrated with me, and I was like, I'm trying.
Trying really hard, I promise.
Yeah.
I imagine
Yeah,
some
no,
sort of
they're
interaction
fun.
where you're showing her one of your videos and she's like, see, you need to be like this woman, Auntie. You need to be like her, okay? She knows what she's doing.
Right? I'm like, well, just a
You're
little
like,
bit
okay,
older than
kid.
her.
Like it's almost like you don't want to work with other people because then you have to work with other personalities and their
Yeah.
expectations compared to your expectations, and you're like, this is not how I work. I'm out. This is not how I work.
That's whenever you
Right.
just like impersonate a bunch of different people and change your clothes a million times and destroy your closet.
Yeah.
See, Joe, that would be hard for you, but I think for some of us, it's okay to be like, look, I want you in my video, but here's how it's going to run. I'm the boss. You're in the passenger side, okay?
Right.
Right. You pay me
And-
to be in my video. That's
Yeah.
what I would say.
See, yeah, you got it, Sandy. You're on the right track. See,
And I'll be
then-
like, oh, that's wrong. That's wrong.
no, see,
Right.
when you set that expectation in the beginning, it makes the rest of the transactions smooth.
Yes.
Just letting you know.
I really liked your quarantine one where you did your ruler to your friend. That was pretty funny. Did y'all see that one, Jimmy?
I did see that one. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yes. I know we actually legitimately cried because she's still like out and working and like going around and stuff because she's essential. And so
I know what that feels like.
she was like, I just don't want to go in there. I just don't want to like, be around your kids and stuff just in case. And, it's supposed to be like the worst couple of weeks or whatever. And so I was like, okay, I understand, but we're going to do a TikTok. Like,
We're
what?
still going to include you. That was so sweet of you. That was so
I was
nice.
like, you don't have to come in. You don't have to be closer than 6 feet, I promise. All you have to do is look really sad. And then she was like, I heard this song and I started crying. I was like,
Aw.
That's interesting that you bring that up, Jillian. The other night, a night or two ago, I was talking with a buddy who we hang out pretty often. The girls, my 2 daughters and I, hang out with him at least once a week. At least we usually go to Chili's after church on Sundays. And so he had texted me, and I was like, "What's up, man? I miss you, man. It's been a while." And he's like, "I know." And I was like, both of my daughter's birthdays passed, and one of them he couldn't make it, so he drove up to the house and he called and he goes, I was trying to park in this spot, but there's these 2 cars and some trash on the side. We had to put our trash in the front. They pick it up, but and I was like,
Right.
Are you out front? And he was like, yeah. And so we ran out there, and he was like, can I come and give the girls a hug? And I was like, no, just stay over there.
Oh.
I was like,
I know.
I was like, but I'm so happy you're here, man. I was like, we missed you, man. And so it was so cool to see him in the street in this car over there. And we were at the front door.
It's so sad, but it's just like, yeah, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
And so, I'm glad because if it were up to me, I'd probably been like, I love you so much, just come inside.
Right.
She's like responsible. I'm like, okay. All right.
I'm glad my
You're
wife
right.
was in the house because I almost buckled a little bit because I was like, yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
no.
You can't. You can't.
You stay over there.
Yeah. Say hi from he was like, I got my sanitizer. I'm all washed up. I'm good. Apparently, I was like, I don't think so, man. But I really want to say yeah.
I know. It's so sad. Just
Next
things are
time
weird.
next time with our friends, we should all do like, hey, we want to invite you to lunch, and then just put them on our phones and put them right there in front of us while we eat and they eat.
We've been trying to plan a happy hour just because, we're used to happy hour. So we
Go
keep
to a
saying we're going to
party
do it
down.
and then we fall asleep.
Blanket
Yeah.
6 feet apart.
Yeah.
That's good, Renee. I like Renee's suggestion. Hi, Renee. She's saying they do air hugs. Yeah,
Yes.
I like
I
air
said, I'm
hugs.
hugging everybody. Once I get out of this, everybody's going to get hugged.
Right. What's up, man?
Saying.
I was already touchy-feely before, so it's like,
Right.
Exactly. So, Jillian, when can we expect the next TikTok?
See.
In a few minutes, you said? Is that what that was?
Well, I mean, honestly, I'm trying to figure out the algorithm. Austin, my husband, said that whenever he was reading, you're supposed to post at least 2 to 3 a day. But I'm kind of finding that if you just post 1 a day, then it does better. So also, I was shadow banned like, I don't know, 4 days ago. So I'm finally starting to gain traction
The shadow
back.
ban.
The shadow ban.
I hate the
that's
shadow
just what
ban
happens.
because you don't know why you get banned.
Oh, okay.
That's what happens to me.
It's like,
My
yeah,
videos down and then they
things
shadow
stop
ban me
working,
and it's fine.
and you're like, oh, okay, thanks for letting me know that none of my tags will work for this period of
Literally,
time.
I had posted a video and I was like, this is so weird. It's been up for like 30 minutes and it has 0 views. And Austin like went and looked. He's like, it's not even on there. I was like, what? Like, it's right here. Like, I was showing it to him. He was like, it's not there. I'm showing it to you. Okay. Well,
You know what's so fascinating right
then.
now is knowing that, like, so I don't know, do they call TikTok creators or TikTok stars, or what are they? What's the term you've kind of gravitate to?
I mean,
TikToker.
TikToker.
I guess the reason that I wanted to get into it is because I wanted this year. I mean, I've been modeling for forever, and I wanted this year. I told myself, you know, one of my New Year's resolutions was I'm going to start getting more into acting. Like, I love acting. I miss acting. I want to do more of it, and I felt like TikTok was a really good platform to do that on. But then, you know, you get on there. It's not the same thing, but it is in a sense, you know, just like emoting and like just like modeling pretty much,
Mhm.
but like with your mouth and words. And so and outfit
action.
changes
And
and action,
moving.
yeah. And moving. Well, modeling is action and moving, but
Yeah,
I mean, you know, on video. So but I wanted to get more into acting and stuff. And so I was like, well, this could like show that I have like a personality. Like my Instagram is like, you know, a lot of just like model face and like unapproachable. And so I'm like, well, I can put my TikToks on there and then people will know that I'm like a human and I have a personality and I'm fun and like I'm nice. I'm not, you know, mean and stuff. And so that was one of the main reasons, as along with, you know, me wanting to get more into acting. But then like I get on there and all I hear is make me TikTok famous, make me TikTok famous. I want to be TikTok famous. So TikTok famous is
TikTok
the term.
TikTok famous. You know,
And
I'm
so I'm
so
like, okay.
I love hearing that story from you. I think that's so stinking amazing. Like, it's amazing. I've talked to a few people, and so I'm like you. I told myself this year I was going to make this a year of like I needed to do something. I really wanted to focus on something. And so I've been asking other people, I'm like, are you using 2020 to, you know, grow, learn, you know, do something you've never done before? For me, I chose baking. I told myself I was going to up my baking skills this year. And so I set out this plan every month and little mini plans in between. And I've been meeting it. But I got to be honest, the stuff that's been coming out of my kitchen, my family and I are looking at this and it's just like, what the heck is this? This thing looks freaking amazing. I can't believe I made it. I can't believe it came out like this. It's like, holy geez, this is exactly like, and there've been times where I've gotten compliments and stuff, and then I come downstairs and I'm at home, or yeah, I lock myself away and I'm just like I'll just start getting emotional myself, and I'm just thinking, I'm really accomplishing what I set out to do this year because I'm getting that affirmation from people that they're like, this is amazing. This is great. I
Yeah.
think someone gave me the biggest compliment I've ever had on anything I've ever cooked. She's like, dude, that cake, I've had nothing but dreams about that cake since I ate it. And I'm like,
What?
I was like,
Oh my gosh.
so I respect you, Matt.
We need her in the audience.
So
Where is
I
she?
respect you madly for having a dream and a goal and telling yourself, you know, I'm gonna do this, and then you're out there doing it and accomplishing it. I mean,
Yeah, even in lockdown, she's still
yeah,
going for it.
right.
Hey, actually, lockdown has helped dramatically with the TikTok game. Let me tell you, because there's many times, many hours, and many minutes of the day in here.
Yeah.
So what's in your setup? What lighting? And I mean, is it some of your photography lighting that you have, or is it something
No,
simpler?
so so I'm a natural light photographer. I don't actually use any kind of artificial light.
Mhm.
The only artificial light that I have is this right here, which is my ring light,
Okay.
which is what I use in my TikToks. And I also have a little off-camera flash thingy that I don't know how to use, so I need to like have Joe help me figure that one out because I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm
So
ready
So
when
you
you are.
just keep it simple, basically, is what you're saying.
Yes, steady on, nice ring, round the face, lit up. But the angles do matter, like Joe was saying. I don't know how many times my husband has had to stand wherever I'm going to be standing, and I'm like, no, 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 stay there. Hang on, no, angle yourself this way. Okay, no, right there, stop.
And then you'll watch it and be like, "Oh, we gotta do that again."
Right?
So
Well,
then
Joe
your
would normally
starter
the one
pack
that says
consists of
that.
your light ring and your husband.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, my TikTok starter kit is ring light, and we also have. I decided that I wanted to start shooting more video a while back, and I bought a little gimbal for my phone.
Okay.
And so I do have that. I've only used that like 2 or 3 times in 2 or 3 different videos. I know Karen was the first one, and she was definitely a gimbal girl. But
Right.
Is it more
Okay.
because you're in home? You think if you're
Yeah.
outside the house, you'd be using the gimbal more?
Probably, we're inside, and I mean, I'm thankful that I have like my studio because I mean, I have like different backdrops and like, fun walls and stuff. And so I'm like, it looks like I'm somewhere different. It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess if it was more stuff that was outdoors, I would definitely do gimbal more, but most of my stuff is steady in one location. So it's not like a lot of walking around unless I'm like jumping in and out, like the washing hands girl.
So for those of us at home, what is the gimbal? Like, what are y'all talking
Oh.
about?
It's basically a stabilizer for your phone that you can
Yes.
you hand hold it, and you know how you have that shaky phone type video
Yeah.
sometimes. If you have a gimbal, it keeps that from happening. So you can move, you can shake and stuff like that, and it'll hold the phone steady. And so
You know, in the
can have-
movie when the camera's on the person and they're moving all over the forest or the city, but the camera stays still on them, that's what the effect of the gimbal does.
So we needed that
Right.
for Pictionary when Eric was jiggling.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I shot my video the reason that I bought the gimbal. I had a couple models come and do a video, and I was like, I just had this idea in my head, and I just had to do it. I don't know. It was just like stuck there.
Oh, that video was awesome too.
Thanks.
We'll have to send it privately.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's a very impressive video.
I heard the song, the movements and everything was in my head, and I knew that like normally whenever that happens, I envision myself being the model in the video, and I was just like, that's not right. No, I can't. No. So then I found my models, and I was just gonna do it like, because I mean, my camera does not do video, so I was like, well, I'll just use my phone. And so it got to the day of the shoot, and my husband was like, are you not gonna like use a gimbal or something? And I was like, no, I'm just gonna like, wing it, I don't know what I'm doing in the first place, so I'm just gonna, if it sucks, whatever. Like, he's like, I really feel like you should use a gimbal. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know how to pick one out. He was like, I bought one and I'm gonna go pick it up at Best Buy. Okay.
He's the cool guy. He's a cool guy.
Awesome.
He's the best. Like, thanks for saving me, because that made all the difference. I didn't realize how big of a difference it would make, but yeah,
it was a pretty big deal,
difference.
It's a huge difference.
Good job, Mr. Lyle.
Yes. Yeah. He's saved my more times than I can think.
Right.
I want to talk about one of your other videos that I saw that was really funny. It was impressive and funny because it took it took me thinking I thought I was going one way with your video, and I was like, this is the kind of video I'd watch. I only stayed there, to be honest with you, because the girls were watching it. But you start off going through your makeup and your routine, and you have your face mat and everything, and they're like, "Oh wow," and I'm like, "Okay." I mean, it's fine. The girls get a kick out of that kind of stuff, but then by the end of the video, you're like, you're I don't know who you're waving at, but you're like, "Oh, there's a person. Hi."
Oh yes, I love that one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm glad I stayed for the end because that was hilarious. It was cracking me up so good.
Yeah, that one was kind of spontaneous because, being in quarantine, we don't wash our hair as often as we probably should. And
I just end up cutting mine off.
Unnecessary.
It's unnecessary. Yes, girl. And, I mean, it's just a lot of work for nothing, So,
To go to the living
Just to
room.
go back to sleep at the end of the day.
yeah. So I was like, I told my husband, I was like, okay, well, I think I'm gonna go and like tone my hair. And he was like, okay. I was like, I think I'm gonna TikTok it. He was like, okay. So it started just being like from the brassiness to like the purple. Then I was gonna rinse it out and like blow dry it, and then we're gonna be like where we're at now. And then I was like, I think I'm gonna put some self-tan on. I think I'm gonna do a face mask. I think I'm gonna put makeup on. Hey, will you film this transition for me? And then it was the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
The one that got us in there though was like my daughters go, I thought she had purple hair. And I don't know how hair works. Like I was like, I thought so too. So I was like, okay.
Toner.
But then and then the dress when you put it up,
Yeah.
I don't know what I thought was gonna happen, but I was like, oh, hold on, because I kind of put it away real quick, and then I was like, oh, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, that one took a minute because I'd never done that specific transition before. I've done like the
Yeah
many times, but I was
It was
like,
impressive.
how to make it look like it fell on me and dressed me.
Yeah. So soon you'll be doing videos on how to teach. You'll teach people how you're doing your TikTok videos, right? And that'll become like a thing for you too.
Yeah, if I can ever figure it out, for sure. Like, I mean, a lot of it is my husband. A lot of it is luck, and a lot of it is just like trying to figure out like the buttons and like how the time, because it's hard to like drag the time over and then get it where you want it and then take your finger off without it going. Because it always does.
Yes.
That's how it was with Vine.
Yes.
I remember that you had to hold the screen to pause the video, and you'd have to move or do something else, and then you'd have to be like, okay, and you just have to get right into the next mode of it and hope that you caught it right.
Yeah. And like, even with which is weird, with the dress thing, I had my hands up and then the dress fell, and then I was like, okay, so my hands need to be up, and I was like, I don't even know. Like, I hope that they're gonna be in the same spot. And then they were pretty much, and I was like, yeah, that's fine.
We weren't critical about it. We were more like, whoa, that was cool. So
yeah, I'm OCD. I have to be like, it has to be.
Yeah. But you know what? That pays off for you.
Well, that's more success, and I'm not OCD. Dang it.
Another part of the starter pack, Sandy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eric's always on conference calls. He's always working when I'm trying to do something. I'm like, can you help me?
You need to go over there and be like, put it on mute. Come here.
Yeah.
I got an idea right now.
He's always like,
you don't have to talk. They're not listening to you anyway.
Yeah. And then he'll just close the door, and I'm like, so rude. I just try to take one little TikTok video. That's it. And then I want him to like catch me being Mexican to my dog and to my kids, and he's just like sitting there, and I'm like, this would be a great TikTok video if you could just focus, and then he's too busy TikToking and just watching.
Oh, just watching. You're like, I can be one of those people, but you're not helping.
Yeah, I want to be one of those, but he doesn't help me.
There you go. Deflect the blame.
My husband, like,
yeah.
my husband has a TikTok, but he, so just throughout our time of knowing each other, he will randomly film me doing all the weird things that I do. And so that's what his TikTok consists of. It's just me not knowing that he's filming, doing very strange things.
What is his? I want to see. I want to follow him now.
I think his.
Oh wait, he makes
handle
videos too.
Yeah,
Jillian doing silly things.
videos that are. I mean, if you know me, like this is life with me, because they're. I mean, I'm kind of weird. I'm weird. I'm very weird.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah. His handle, I think, is A Lyle 88 something. He changed it.
She'll message me.
Austin Lyle
She can
88 or yeah.
Okay.
She can message me and then I'll get it to you guys. Well, Jillian, thank you so much for
Yes,
joining us today. I hope
Totally,
you had a
Thank you
yeah.
good
so
time.
much.
Yes, thank
It was
y'all.
very enlightening, especially since some of us don't have a TikTok and just keep fighting it.
Well, you should get one.
You should get one. I mean,
She's
it's
told
another
me so.
time
I
suck.
mean, who knows? Maybe you'll be the next TikTok famous
Or not.
person.
Or not.
Or not.
I mean,
I
that's
would love
possible
to see
too.
you do some of the things. Just saying, I would watch.
Right. Perfect,
You
perfect.
at least have one guaranteed follower.
I do. At least one.
At least one.
At least
I'm here for
one.
it.
Perfect, perfect. Well, Jillian, we would like for you to so we always are thinking of trying to figure out what our next topic is going to be. Is there anything in particular that you like to talk about or you'd like for us to kind of tackle in our unique way to talk about the next show?
I can't wait to rewatch this episode too.
So, I
That's
mean,
not
like,
heavy.
how often are you doing like special guests? Like, I mean, I guess it just depends on who you have on.
Oh,
I mean, the
it
last
You
doesn't-
one
give
I
us a
watched
topic, even with the special guests. We'll bring up the
Oh,
topic,
okay.
or we'll find a guest to match with the topic.
right.
Okay. Topic. Think of a topic.
It could
See,
be
they're horrible when they put you on the spot, Jillian.
Yeah.
On the spot right now.
Roses.
Yep.
And sunflowers.
Roses and sunflowers.
They make excellent
Nice.
tattoos, yes.
Yeah.
if you cook with too much rose water, you end up messing up the entire cake. Just
Wow.
throwing that out there.
Fact learned today. Rose water don't do with cakes. Okay.
Not and too much. Not too. If you
Not
put too
too
much,
Rose water.
because it's water, you think, oh, it's just you need a little bit extra. No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's
All
part of
right.
the baking skill. Anyway, sorry.
Perfect.
Well, Jillian,
Good
thank
to
you so
know,
much
good to know.
again. And again,
Yes.
we need to put up we'll put up your TikTok tag just so make sure you add to your 14,000 followers.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks.
But thank you again so
They
much.
don't like my
and-
stuff anyway. It's fine.
Let the haters be, huh?
Yeah,
I think they'll like it.
You'll be fine.
Thank you so much for coming. It was so much fun. I had
Yes, thank
such a
you.
great
I
time
enjoyed it,
talking
Jillian.
with you and hearing you.
Yes,
Awesome. Thanks. Have a
absolutely.
good night.
Have
Good
a
night.
good night.
Y'all
Thanks.
too.
Bye.
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 Dude, that was
Wow.
awesome. That was so cool. Sandy
That's
loved
a
it. I
lot
could
of
tell.
stuff. Seriously.
Yeah.
It
Like,
takes
literally-
work. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
especially
like, and I don't know if I have that kind of dedication. That's my like I just want to do like little cutesy small things, but
Yeah. So I will tell you that her closet is probably 3 times the size of anybody other's closet. She has a walk-in closet, and then her husband's get like this much of it.
Oh, poor
Oh
guy.
wow.
Yeah, she since she models, she always has new clothes, and she wants to make sure that she's not shooting in the same outfits with the different photographers and stuff like that. So she's got a lot of clothes. So
Makes
it
sense.
helps having that, those choices whenever she's setting up her TikToks and stuff like that.
Roses
But
and
yeah.
sunflowers.
I don't know
like
how
that.
we're gonna fix that.
I got an idea, guys. I got
Okay.
an idea.
I don't. I don't, in case y'all are wondering how I felt.
It's like,
No, but seriously, that was such an excellent show. Like, I literally cannot wait to go back and listen to this show again because I thought she was fantastic. And
she's a wealth of information for sure. If you are trying to be serious with TikTok, she's a wealth of information.
oh yeah,
you know, I love how she was just like it. I didn't get the feeling like she was not that she didn't want to be uber serious about it, but that she thought, let me just see. Let's see if we can do it. I kind of feel
Right.
like that's how it was for the show too. You know, I don't know for those of you who haven't watched the first episode yet. The first technical episode was a test episode.
right.
Joe, Sandy, and I were like, we're just going to see how this works. We'll have. I think was it just you and I first, Joe, or did we say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just y'all two.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
okay.
Sandy was in the comments going crazy.
So we're like, we're going to bring Sandy in the next episode.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh,
kinda
that's right. I was
forced
like,
her.
Joe, you got to talk to her. You got to get her on. You have to make sure she comes on. Yeah, Sandy, the conversation we had, I was like, oh, please, because she'd be so great on here and stuff. And then he was like, she's on. And I was like, yes.
Yes.
That was after I sent you that Matthew McConaughey picture, and I was like, this is what I'm going to look like.
right.
Not the good version.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it's funny, yeah. It's like you're saying, things kind of work out for the better, and you're just like, oh wow, look at this. This is just amazing to see that it work. And you're like, I was just trying to do it for some fun, and then it's like, yeah,
that's literally how this. That's how all this started. For those of you watching, that's exactly. The three of us, the same thing. We were just like, we get along great. This is easy enough. Joe, we talk about stuff, and it's like, let's just do it. That's what I know. Joe was mentioning stuff like that, and I was like, dude, let's just what do we need to do? And I was like, click. All right, dude, here, accept the code. Here it goes. We're gonna do it. And then they were like, hey, everyone.
right.
Let's like,
and then I was like, I need something fancy, so I'll go buy a fancy mic.
Right.
I already have lighting equipment, and then my fancy mic broke or wasn't working the way I wanted it to, so I got a different fancy mic.
yeah, he got real fancy, and he's gonna keep getting fancy.
Right.
I get a little extra. I apologize. So I want it to be good.
A little. I'm just saying, if you guys haven't seen Joe, there's a picture Joe has of what his setup looks like, and the green screen's actually connected to his chair, and then there's a lamp off to the side, but then his Mac is in front of him, and it looks like
I have another light right here. Right here is my key light to make sure that I have good even light here instead of all of this light. And then I turned it down because this light
mute
plus
button.
that light was.
Sandy, can you hear me?
So for tomorrow's weather,
It's so funny.
If you really want to know, though.
all right, let's turn it over to Jamie.
It'll be raining money sometime in all of our future. The girls were funny that tonight when I was showing them Jillian's videos and stuff, and they were liking it, and they really did. They were really like, yeah, if that person was on. Wait a minute, you have a show? I thought you were just playing with the green screen down there. You're actually doing videos, Dad? I was like, what? I feel sometimes I talk and no one listens up here, but as soon as I miss something, they say, oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Eric, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, man.
Yeah, I'll ask Chris. Hey, Chris, did you watch the show tonight? I started to, and then y'all got boring.
Eric's like, I popped in for 2 seconds, but I could hear you and then over here, so it was weird, and then I couldn't.
Couldn't do it anymore. Thanks.
Well, because I have.
Renee, hi, Renee. Renee said, "Thanks for doing this. I appreciate
Thanks
that.
for watching us, Renee.
That makes us feel so good."
Very welcome.
Renee, I went to high school with Renee. We were in band together
At Monterey.
dang
That's
it.
in Monterey. Yeah.
Yes.
Zip it.
Y'all.
Zip it. What?
No, I've just got to tell y'all this.
What?
So, I've not been really hands-on with Cade participating in his school stuff. I'm like, if he does it, he does it. I'm not going to stress out about it. So anyway, today I stressed out because we got this letter and this email, and it's like, good news, parents, we've cleared so that y'all can come get instruments. No, we're not. I'm not having a trumpet in my house. We're not going to go get it. I refuse. Like, no. There's not enough headache medicine in the world that. No. So yeah, they were excited about it. I'm like, No. I feel sorry for the people that have cymbals, or what are those things called? The gongs.
Symbols.
Those are
Okay,
symbols.
gong cymbals. I mean,
Gongs, the big
whatever.
drum that you see the people going boom, boom, boom.
No, that's not a gong.
Yeah, it
The
is.
gong-
Whatever.
Oh,
Little
you're
metal
talking about
piece.
the gold circle thing, and then you're
Yeah,
like,
that's a gong.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel sorry
Okay,
for those people.
timpani.
But they're gonna. Do they want me to listen to him play? I'm
They
just gonna
do.
be honest. He'll never be allowed. I
So
can't do it.
Eva, she had to do her clarinet practice today, and I was helping out customers, and I was typing with the IT department, and then I messaged them. I said, "Great!" I said, "Guess whose kid decided to start clarinet practice just now, and guess which parent's sitting right underneath their room?" And I was like, "But but you know, I do give her props because I played the clarinet in junior high and high school and band, and so hearing her, and she chose it all on her own a couple years ago, or yeah, a year or two ago." And so I got to admit, I was pretty elated that she chose what I had played. And I was like, "Sweet, okay."
You were mentally telling her to do the clarinet.
I was
Yeah.
sending the vibes. I was sending
She's
them
got like
through.
clarinet wallpaper, so that's clarinet bed sheet.
Weird. I'd be like, we'd listen to some music, some jazz or whatever, and I'd say, "You hear that sound, baby? That's a clarinet right there. Clear as day. Clear as day." And we'd be listening to Hano music, be like, "You hear that little sound right there in the end? That's a clarinet too."
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you had the clarinet spelled out on the refrigerator.
Her middle name was probably clarinet.
When my phone rang with her, it played clarinet tunes.
Oh yeah.
You know.
We know.
Yeah. I didn't.
But other than that,
I didn't. Yeah.
we didn't
Yeah.
influence it at all.
No influence.
I
That's what
sure
I was trying to
didn't.
say.
I'll tell you right now, I sure didn't encourage band. I mean, I don't really know what I encourage, honestly. Just passing, I guess, is all like.
Oh, I heard. No, you don't. So do your kids go to Lubbock ISD? Are they in LSD?
Friendship,
Or are they
minor friendship.
friendship? Okay.
Mm.
A friend of mine told me what they're going to do in Lubbock. They were doing something about the last 2 weeks of grades, and then this year's first 2 weeks, or something weird like that.
Really?
Put them together in a
No.
blender, and whatever comes out is what the final grade's going to be.
No, ours are basically pass, fail, and incomplete.
Yep.
And Kay's going to have an incomplete in band, and I'm okay with that. We're good.
What grade is? Well, you can tell me
He's
that
an
later.
eighth grader.
An eighth grader. Okay.
Yeah.
So his grades don't truly count until he's in ninth grade. So,
Right.
Still, Sandy, you're so
Okay.
bad.
Well, then thanks. I didn't know that.
I should have said that.
I mean, why are we even working so hard? Not really.
Even better. All right, y'all. Well, we're 2 minutes and 26 seconds over, so we're gonna have to shut it down.
I could go on and
Gosh.
on.
That was awesome. I think Jillian having all of that showtime really made it fly by. So it was really cool to
I think so
to
too.
have that. Yeah. But other than that, what are we doing for tomorrow? Sunflowers and roses?
We'll talk about it. I got a couple
Yeah,
ideas.
we'll
I got
talk
one or
about
two
it.
ideas. But you all come back tomorrow night so you can see what we end up talking about, and hope that you enjoy it just as much as we'll enjoy it. Okay?
Okay.
I'm just nervous.
Smiling
Okay.
too much.
Don't be nervous.
Right?
Don't be nervous. The stars are going to have to
Okay.
align right for my idea to work out. So we'll see how that works out. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Well,
So as
wash your
usual,
hands.
for 20 seconds.
Yeah, filthy animals.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Have a
everybody.
good night.